Welcome back to Blue Raider Stadium. Coach Chris Oliver joins me here now. 63-17 win, and Coach, that was a heck of a second half.
Yeah, we played a lot better. Obviously, that turnover I was just asking about coming out early on, the interception, not a great throw, but I'll tell you what, when it's 3rd and 17, there's not a lot of good plays, and probably put our quarterback in a bad spot there, and had that turnover and gave up a score and faced some adversity there. With it being a 4-point ball game, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, it's the final score 63-17. So, good finish. Really happy with the way that we finished the game. Plenty of things to clean up, plenty of things to learn from, and had a few dings we got to find out more about. But obviously the game was stopped a few times, guys, rolled ankle here and there and things like that. So we got to learn about those things, and that's always concerning anytime you leave the field. But it was a good day and a good finish.
You talked about it, I'm not sure, I think it was in your coaches show this week, where a lot of times coaches think that you make your biggest improvement from the end of game 1 to the beginning of game 2. Did you see that, or I don't think it was a step back, but I'm not sure you improved as much as you would probably hope.
You just look at the score and you say, how can you be upset with
That's what we were saying.
A 46-point win or whatever that is, and but it just didn't feel like we were real crisp and real clean at times, and certainly the penalties we went in a bad direction. We had 1 penalty a week ago, which is just outstanding for game 1, and then I don't know how many we had today.
8 for 85.
8, and they were big ones.
Yeah.
We had some silly stuff. We're talking after the play, and pulling guys off of piles, and just things that we can clean up. But those are signs, not signs of a mature football team. So I'd like to think that we still have a lot of room to grow. I know that we do. Certainly a lot of positives today to take away from, but hopefully we're not playing our best football. I don't think we are.
You talk about 18 to 22-year-olds that sometimes you don't know how they're going to react. Whether we thought that we were ready to play or not, I'm not sure that we looked like we were into the game as much as I know you guys would hope early on. Lyon, on the other hand, you got to give them a lot of credit. They come out with a lot of fire.
Yeah, absolutely. And those guys weren't intimidated, and they played hard. And certainly it was a football game.
Yep.
We knew even at halftime it was 21-10, and they were getting the ball. And we told our guys that this is a ball game. We better throw last year out. And I'm not sure how much we were dwelling on a year ago, but again, you're dealing with this age group, and those guys watched last year's video. And you have to. That's how you learn, and that's how you prepare for an opponent. And you're watching yourself beat someone by 66 points a year ago. And so those are all things that you have to manage. I thought for the most part we did pretty well, but certainly would have wished we could have started a little bit.
Talking with Lindsey Wilson, head football coach Chris Oliver, after his Blue Raiders win it today by a score of 63-17 to improve to 2-0 on the season. Coach, I know it's an early question, or early to ask this question, but what was outside the score? What was the most pleasing thing today? What did you think you did well?
Just to battle back and to be a 4-point game, and all of a sudden to turn on the Jets. And I don't know if it was just waking up or what, because I don't feel like we were sleepwalking through the first half. But again, it just didn't feel as crisp. And to be able to handle that adversity again, be up 4, and really finish in such a strong way. And I know that's generalizations in coach speak, but without looking at the video, it's kind of tough to see. But the thing is, we had a lot of guys contribute today. We were able to get a few more of our 2s, a handful of our 3s in the game. Peyton Veraldi played his first snaps of his career. He's a redshirt freshman quarterback. It was good to be able to get him a few snaps. Matt Edgar has been holding for us, and he's a senior who's been around. He's on our leadership council. He's just been working his tail off, and then we were able to get him an extra point, and he was able to kick one through and have his name in the stat sheet. So I think it was good to get some guys some good experience, in a situation where they were able to get most of that fourth quarter, and hopefully that'll pay dividends for us down the road.
It's easy to look at the stat sheet and see Dylan threw 22 of 32, 3 touchdowns, had the 1 pick, 363 yards. I think you got to give a lot of credit to your offensive line. Yeah. They kept them upright all day. You ended up rushing for 174 yards. I thought the offensive line played well.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And coming off a week when our quarterback was hit a lot, and Cumberland brought a lot of pressure, and then there was not a lot of pressure today. We did a great job of keeping that pocket and taking what they would give us and doing that. You're exactly right. I think our offensive line had a lot of positives too.
You went through the first half without a takeaway, and then you could just see the relief kind of from your defensive guys when they recovered that fumble deep in Lindsey territory when Lyon coughed it up, and then to get that second takeaway. It's just got to, I know it's just game 2, but again, last year it was one of our bugaboos. We just couldn't get the takeaways. We won the takeaway battle today, which is always very important, obviously. But it just seemed like there was some relief there.
Yeah, I even said to one of our coaches at halftime, I was like, gosh, it feels weird that we've played 6 quarters and we haven't had a takeaway yet on defense. And just, you're right, it was just a relief. Obviously, it helped us pull away and stretch the game out and stop some momentum that they had. But you're right, we've got to do a better job of that, but it was good to get a couple under our belt there in the second half.
63-17, Lindsey wins today. Coach, just real briefly, I know Georgetown comes into town next week, and that's always a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great football game. They're very talented. We know that. We've had, the last 3 times we've played them, it's been outstanding games. The first one went their way, the last 2 have gone ours. And we got 2 programs that are pretty darn good, 2 of the best programs in the state of Kentucky in college football right now. And these guys they'll be ready to go. I think we'll be ready to go, and we're looking forward to it.
Coach, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Chris.
That's LWC.